It's great to be back here with you, and we've got another one of our wonderful distributors all the way from southern Florida. We have Carlos Concheso. Carlos, great to have you here, man, and welcome.
Great to be here. This is such an honor to be here with you, Steve.
The honor's ours. We love all of our distributors and getting to know you a little bit. I love your passion. I love how excited you are, and that probably comes a little bit from your heritage, which is part of your people. So tell us, where were you born, and then you've got tell us where you're from now.
Yeah. My name is Carlos Concheso. I was born in Cuba, grew up in Spain, and I've been living in South Florida for about 11 years.
Wow.
Okay.
So you're a real international man.
International, yeah, all over the place.
Great. And tell us, when you're not doing MonaVie, what do you do for work?
For work, I am actually a district manager for the largest human resources company in the world.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So you're a real people person in all aspects. You like working with people and everything else.
I handle all their behind the scenes things, payroll, workers' compensation, all those big expenses that small businesses and big ones have.
Great. And so when you're not at work, who do you spend time with? Tell us about your family.
Yes, I am married. I've been married for about 7 years. She couldn't make it here today, but her name is Dina, and I'm married. I have two children, 8 and 15, Marcos and Joey. And they are my motive, they are my why of working so hard. So I truly enjoy, playing with them and spending time with the family.
Oh, that's fantastic. And tell us a little bit of story. Tell us how you and your wife met.
How we met?
Yeah.
Oh my God. We met at a nightclub. I'm not a nightclub guy, and she's not either. Yeah. But God is like that. He has a sense of humor. I was just that day. I was at a club. She was there, and I asked her. I wanted to dance with her, and she told me no. I'm like, what? You don't tell me no. So I insisted again, I asked her again, and finally she said, okay, let's just dance. And I asked her for her phone number. She wouldn't give it to me, but I gave her mine, and she called me the next day. So That's how it all started.
Hey, there's a great message in there, is of you get a no at first, you got to persevere.
Persistence pays off.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that. That's a good story. So tell us, how long have you been with MonaVie for?
Okay, with MonaVie, about 2 years, very part-time, because like I mentioned, I'm a district manager for this big company, and that company takes like 70 to 80 hours of my week. It's like 2 full-time jobs in one. But MonaVie, I've been doing it part-time, but I have been enjoying every second of it. And my deepest desire is one day to be able to do MonaVie full-time.
And who introduced you to MonaVie? How did you get introduced to the company?
Okay. At that time, I was a vice president for a bank, and I had like 21 banks under me. So I was always driving around, and because all that driving on the computer, my neck, my back, my body used to hurt a lot. So after trying physical therapy, trying chiropractors, my own doctor told me, hey, Carlos, have you tried MonaVie Active? And I was like, what are you, Mona who? I don't know what you're talking about. And I thought that I could get it from him. I was thinking like it was like a medicine. And he told me, no, just go online and research, search about it. And being so busy, I really didn't do any research or nothing. But like 2 days later, I was visiting one of my clients, and I saw a bottle of MonaVie right there. I'm like, wow, that's what my doctor recommended. How can I get some of that?
Wow.
And the rest is history. He put me in contact with great friends now, Blue Diamonds. And that day, I wanted to place an order of the juice, and he's like, "No, I want to take you. I want to take you to this event." I'm like, "I don't want to go to no event. I just want to place an order of some bottles." But I ended up going to the event that night, and I fell in love with the people.
You seem like somebody who's had a great amount of success, not only just in MonaVie, but also in your professional life. What's the one tip that you would give to somebody who's watching this and says, I want to be more successful, I want to achieve more?
Goals. Goals are so important, to set goals, not only with yourself, but with your team. You have to identify 2 or 3 key leaders in your team. That was another problem. One of the reasons I haven't moved up higher in the company is because I want to help everybody. And I'm not God, I'm not Superman either. So I learned from the big, like the top leaders in the industry, Carlos, you cannot help everybody because with your little time, you cannot give time to everybody. So you have to identify 2 or 3 key leaders and set the goal to sponsor at least one person a week. Make sure you don't put your head on your pillow on Friday at midnight without sponsoring at least one person, blessing someone's life. And if for some reason you cannot sponsor one person that week. Make sure the next one you sponsor two.
Gotcha.
You know, you want to make sure one person a week. I encourage everyone to listen to Ken Porter's CD from Lifelong Learning. It's actually the one from March 2013, how he talks about finish what you start, and how when he started many, many years ago, how he committed to one person a week. Actually, his sponsor made him sign a contract. He said, I'm not willing to work with you if you don't sign this contract of one person a week. And how he goes over, like, how he ran out of names, like, by the week number 7 or 8, oh, what do I do now? And he started, like, going out there and just making new contacts. So in this business, the good news is you don't have a boss. But the bad news is you don't have a boss either. So you don't have someone there holding you accountable to it. So success here, it depends on yourself. Yeah, we get the help from corporate, the help from our upline, but we cannot make you do the things that you're not willing to do. So one person a week will get you wherever you want to go.
I remember seeing an article years ago that said that people have two big fears. And the first one is public speaking, and the second one is death, which is quite funny because when you think about it, it means at a funeral, people would rather be in the coffin than giving the eulogy, right? But we probably naturally have this fear of speaking to people, especially if we don't know them. And so, you know, you seem like somebody who's very comfortable talking to people, but it's obviously something you've worked on and trained in. So what would be your tips on how to speak to people that maybe you don't know, how to make contacts with people that you haven't met before? Yeah,
believe me, what you said about public speaking and talking to people and all that, that to me is still, you know, that's one of my fears, you know, especially, you know, coming from another country, your accent, things like that. I'm like, oh my God. But then you see actresses and actors, you know, you see like Sofia Vergara, you know, she's like the best paid actress in television, period, in US television. And you cannot even understand what she's saying, you know? I'm like, heck, I can do that. So don't let any of those fears, you know, stop you. And one time if you're suffering from fear, it's probably because you're thinking too much. You're thinking too much and blah, blah, you put all that fear in your head. So just go out there, look at people in their eyes, you know, give them compliments, you know, oh, I like that shirt. Oh, I like this, you know, like, wow, you have such a great attitude. People automatically, they are like, wow, they open up to you. They are not used to that. You know, I read in an article also that the number one need, people's need, I was thinking that it was going to be, I don't know, money or love or, no, their number one need is self-esteem. You know, that's what the statistics they show. They want to know that people appreciate them, that they want to be recognized, all that stuff. So when you go out there and say, give them compliments, then you have them on your side, you know, and sincere compliments. It's not just like, oh, I like your hair and you have no hair, you know? So it's about...
it's a MonaVie thing.
Yeah, it's a MonaVie thing. I qualify. So shave your head. So then after the compliment, I go right into form. You know, family, occupation, recreation, and motive. You know, I refuse to talk about MonaVie or whatever until I find out all that. Like, it's funny because, not really funny, but I have people in my team that when they are introducing me to their prospects, automatically it's like, Carlos, talk to them about the Jeep, talk to them about that. And before I would be like, blah, 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 all that stuff. And now I'm like, so what's your name? What do you do for a living? And I can see the frustration in my team members' faces. They're like, why is he talking about all that? I want him to talk about the $3,992.32 he made. And I'm talking about, how many kids do you have? You know, because that's how they open, you know, like at the airport, the other day I was wearing a beep beep, free Jeep, you know, shirt. Oh, people were asking, oh, how do you get the free Jeep? The Carlos before would be like, oh, you have to do this, this, this. Now I'm like, so what's your name? You know, and they automatically, I answer their question with another question about themselves. So that's how I do it.